Okay, we are going to start our final projects for this semester on Tuesday, the 9th. The first thing you're going to do is a personal project proposal. I'm including this example. This one's just a tad different than what you're doing, but it's pretty close. Um, and this is just the project proposal. This is not your actual project. This will be graded. It's a 100-point grade, so make sure you do it. So the first thing you're going to do, obviously, is your name. And this is your topic. Now, you don't want something super specific. You just want a general topic here. Um, Global context and exploration. So what does this have to do with the world, or with society, or with people in a global context? I don't want you to do a project where you focus only on yourself or locally. So, how does this, whatever your topic is, impact um, more than just you? So, in this case, we've got wrongful incarceration in the U.S. And the global context. We'll be looking at it from the standpoint of the entire U.S. And maybe comparing it to other countries, not just looking at um, Middle Tennessee or even just Tennessee. It's the whole U.S. Um, why is this global context? So how is this a project that actually has a global focus? And you can see here, this person um, explains that. It says, I want to focus my project on the reasons behind wrongful incarcerations, including witness misidentification and police bias, although we'll learn a little about forensic development such as DNA testing, which have exonerated these people. This will not be my focus. We often take our freedom for granted, so I want to be able to make people understand what it must feel like to have your freedom taken away for no reason. I want to educate people about the various innocence projects around the world so they can possibly volunteer or donate. So, this is kind of a human rights focus if you look at it from a larger global context, because there are many people wrongfully incarcerated around the world. And in some cases, for much longer sentences, for much less important reasons than even some of the things that happen here. So that is a global problem. Um, Inquiry questions. So these are some possible questions you're going to ask, and then hopefully answer. So in this case, why are innocent people sometimes not free? How can I raise awareness of people who are unfairly incarcerated? How can I promote awareness of wrongful convictions so people use their authority to try to get their freedom for these people? So these are questions that this person wants to answer in this research. Three facts. So this is like your pre-research. Three facts about your topic, and include the name of the source. Your personal interest. So in this case, what got you interested in this topic? How does it link to you personally? And in this case, this person explains podcast and other things they've um, listened to or watched, and then also um, where they volunteered for projects that are related. Previous research, in class experience. So, and what have you, is this something you have researched before, for in class or for personal? It can be a personal, something related to you personally. So if you've not necessarily done something with it at school, what have you done with it personally? Previous research. All right, and these are your initial research questions. So, what questions are you going to ask to get your research started? And these are some things that you are going to want to be able to answer as you write. These are kind of the who, what, when, where, why questions. You're also going to want to make sure you ask data related questions, because your research also needs to include numbers, not just opinions, not just facts, but you do need to back those facts up with data. So make sure that is part of your research. And then there are 3 possible outcomes. Now, these are possible ideas for your projects. This person is addressing the possibility of interviewing people on Skype, making a website, hosting a film screening, and giving a presentation. And those are all ideas. The process journal format, that's the discussion about what you're going to use your research journal for, how you're going to keep up with notes, sketches, sources, dates, things that will need, dates in which you'll need to turn things in. How are you going to keep up with that? And that is what your research journal is for. You will be getting several grades on your research journal for this project as well. And then anything else is anything that you would, additional information you would like to give. And I do have to approve this project. Keep that in mind. So you need to make sure that you have a good idea of what you're going to do, what your final outcome is going to be. And I will let you, decide on your final product. But just remember, if you go the easy route and don't put a lot of effort in, your grade is not going to be good, may not even be passing. And regardless of what type of project you decide to do, what your final product is, you will have a summary paper to write with it, a research paper that sums up your research, provides all of your sources. So you're not going to get out of writing by doing, an interview or a PowerPoint or something. You will have writing to do. If you decide to do a research paper, which would need to be 8 to 10 pages, since you have the rest of the quarter to do it, that's the only way you would not have to write that extra summary because you're already writing. So some people do really, really well at research papers. Other people prefer hands-on projects. So those are some ideas or some thoughts on that. I will be providing a list of some example types of projects. Obviously, if you come up with something different, we can discuss it. You will have to get final approval on it, though, before you start. You can start your research at any time. The project type, though, I will need to okay, and we'll have to come up with some parameters for what you decide to do. Okay, so if you have any questions, make sure you ask.